Good evening to the respected chief guests, chief patron, eminent speakers, organizing directors, advisors, collaborators, and dear participants. I warmly welcome you all to the day 6 of 1 week training program Future 2026, Faculty Accreditation and Training, Upskilling for Researchers and Education. I am Deepthi and I have the privilege to anchor today's valuable session. Many participants have been joining us from YouTube channel also. So before moving forward, remembering the God and taking this holy name to begin the today's session. Now, on the behalf of AgriVerse Green and EcoFast Agri Solution, our teamed knowledge partner ICR Atari Ludhiana and ICR Atari Kolkata, and our valuable coordinators Maharishi Markandeshwar University Ambala, Guru Kashi University Talwandi Sabo Bhatinda, Akal Degree College Mastuana Sangnur and Sran, Well Foundation Trust, it gives me an immense pleasure to welcome you all to the Day 6 of Training Program Future 2026. The thematic area of this FDP is Research Ethics, NEP 2020 Research Ecosystem, Research Methodology, Brain-Based Teaching, Quality in Higher Education, Assessment for Learning in Digital Spaces, Teachers as Mentor in Life, Livestock, Crop Health, Beekeeping, Mushroom, Post-Harvest, and AI Digital Marketing. It is a great honor and privilege to introduce our esteemed speaker, Professor Sankar Kumar Acharya, a distinguished academician, researcher, and a globally recognized expert in the field of agricultural extension and social sciences. Professor Acharya is a former head of Department of Agriculture Extension and a former director of Extension Education in Bidan Chandra Krishi Vishwavidyalaya, Mohanpur, West Bengal. Born on 6th of October 1960, he began his illustrative academic career as an assistant professor at BCKB in 1988 and has dedicated more than 37 years of teaching, research, and extension. An erudite teaching and a speaker, Professor Acharya is internationally acclaimed for his pioneering contribution to social entropy and energy metabolism, social ecology and environmental sociology, enterprise ecology framework, and conservative stewardship. His academic contributions are truly exceptional with 261 research publications in reputed national and international journals and authorship of 132 books. Professor Acharya has delivered 49 keynote addresses and chaired 57 sessions at prestigious national and international conferences, reflecting his global academic influence. Professor Acharya has served as expert member in several high-level committees and projects including Agriculture Commission, Government of West Bengal, WWF-funded Buxa Tiger Reserve Project, DFID supported primary education program, ICR and World Bank funded projects on conservation agriculture. As a mentor, he has successfully guided 23 PhD scholars and 97 MSc students, shaping the next generation for the agriculture scientists. Professor Acharya is a fellow of several prestigious organizations, including Indian Agriculture Research Institute, New Delhi, BioVet, Allahabad, Society of Community Mobilization, Society of Environment and Ecology, Agra, ISEE, West Bengal Academy of Science and Technology 2024. His excellence has been recognized through numerous awards, including Distinguished Scholar Award at Krishi Sanskriti, New Delhi, Dr. Daulat Singh Memorial Award, Distinguished Professor and Academician Award, Eminent Scientist Award, Nepal, Teaching Excellence Award from ICR and IGFRI Jhansi, Best Academician Award in 2026. Professor Acharya has also contributed significantly to innovation holding patents such as a novel LOT-based inventory management system, German utility model, vertical phenotype device for spices crop, designed patent 2025. Professor Acharya has represented India on global academic platforms, visiting countries including Italy, France, Germany, Switzerland, China, Sri Lanka, Vietnam, Bangladesh, and Malaysia, and recently delivered a keynote address in Zurich on conservation, agriculture, and renewable energy. With these words, I now humbly invite Professor Sankar Kumar Acharya to kindly take over the virtual platform and share his valuable insight. So, the virtual dais is yours now.
Very good afternoon and very good evening. Am I audible to all?
Yes, sir, you are pretty much audible.
Okay. Before just getting into the business, today's lecture topic on advanced research methodology, gratitude to the organizer for inviting me to deliver a talk on this research methodology faculty development program. So thanks again and expressing my gratitude to the organizer. And for the last 38 years, I've been with the university teaching research and extension. And just 2025 October, I retired from the position of Dean Postgraduate Studies of BCKV, one of the premier agriculture university in India. Now, I think for 1 hour, I think close to 1 hour, I will keep sharing my experiences on the advanced research methodology. And I will try to share some of the advanced methodological tools which would help our faculties, scholars, students, and I think the leaders who are leading any agricultural or any kind of organizations, academic organizations, and the planners as well. Now, I think what is the research methodology, research methods? So I'll go across quickly some of the slides. Let me share it. Uh, I think it is visible now, madam. My slides are visible. Hello,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
it's visible. And my warm, I think, welcome to all the participants. I think 63, 64 across India, maybe beyond. Let's start with advanced research methodology. Before that, I want to keep sharing some of my ideas. No matter what is the research topic, how brilliant your research topic, how innovative your research topic, unless it is supported by, or defended by a strong methodological foundation and backup, you can't achieve the real target. For these last 38 years, I have been here with this teaching, research, and etc., and serving different department, different positions. My experience says that uh, in some cases, especially for the Dean Postgraduate Studies, when I was in the responsibility of processing the thesis, PhD thesis, and MSc dissertations, my observation goes that the methodological part is not taken care of. That can be soil science, that can be genetics, plant breeding, that can be extension, my own discipline, that can be economics, whatsoever. When they are confronted with a question, what's your methodological support for your PhD program? Many a time, including the mentor and the guides or the supervisors, they keep fumbling. They are not that confident, but they are very much confident about the results part. They are very much confident about their objectives. But when they are asked with a question that what is your research design, what are the analytical tools you used, what are the purposes are there. So now that is how UGC has and ICR both have made it a mandate for all the faculties and scholars, a must to do, a must to learn this area, that is advanced research methodology. But today I'll prefer to spend some time on advanced research methodology. Methods are the tools, and methodology, science about the tools, applicability, that is methodology. And methods are the devices or tools we are going to use it. And the basic things for any kind of research is that research design. And again, whenever one is asked with the question that what's your research design for a research, again they keep think they are not that confident, they are not that prompt to respond to what is my design. So this course and this topic will help them to get rid of that kind of what you call your hesitations or what you call your gross idea about research or research methodology. So it will help us to develop research knowledge and precise applications of research methodology in an advanced arena. Few things I want to discuss before getting into the slides is that all esteemed participants, the learned participants, they know all these things, but that is a kind of things. Research design, basically the blueprint of the framework. It is inclusive of your research objectives, your hypothesis, and that your sampling procedures, the variables you selected, the statistical tools you selected, etc., etc. And ultimately, the way you are concluding, it is also under the design. And what are the variables? Variables are that the characters or traits which varies and helps vary others. A very simpler example is that water is a variable with the amount of water yield varies in a linear way. I will just say. So the amount of water it varies, the volume of water it varies, and it helps vary the yield. It helps vary the soil moisture level. It helps vary our metabolic status. So a variable it varies and helps other vary. I think I am coming down to another aspect is that the sampling process. As you know, that especially for social sciences or even in the crop sciences, especially that agricultural sciences or any other sciences, when we are selecting the subject, the respondents. So the science should prevail there in support of and with the logic that why do you select them. Sometimes a common question is being thrown to us that yes, what should be the sample size, the percentage? Will it be 20% of the population? So you want to 1,000 your population, and if it is 20%, you want to select the 200. My dear friends, there is no what you call your thumb rule that 20%, 10%, etc. The one question is that whether the sample is representative and whether it is capable of estimating the parameters of the population, measuring the parameters of the population. Sample size depends on, I repeat, sample size depends on heterogeneity of the population. If the population is extremely heterogeneous, you have to go for multi-layer sampling process. You have to go for clustering of the population, and then you can go for small cluster sampling, small samples, and coming together a total sample size and etc. But if it is extremely homogeneous, there is no lodging and region, the 10%, 20%, or 15%. And other is that the where the case is very unique. For example, you are having a research on the cancer patients. So the size is just that 15, 20 size doesn't matter. Whole one single patient can be the whole universe of your data set, whole universe of your population. And you know that there you can have vertical sampling process, vertical observations for a single patient, single cancer patient, for a single farmer even. 10, 15 farmers can be good enough if you have a vertical research, and it is good enough for submitting a thesis by considering 15 farmers, because that these 15 are what you call they are unique to each other. They are one minute, please. Sorry. Uh, but I think that is how it is there. So don't worry about or get yourself stuck up with the rhetorics of sampling size or rhetorics of the what should be the number of the respondent, etc. etc. Now, without much wasting time here, I'm just here entering into it. The slide has changed.
Sir, sorry to interrupt you in the middle, but I was just saying, can you please make it to the full screen, please?
Full screen, no? Yes, yes. Yes, now it is okay. It's a full screen. Is it visible?
Yes, sir, it's visible, but it's not full screen yet.
Oh, is there any problem if not full screen?
No, sir, it's okay. You can proceed.
Or let's try to get back it. No, again, I have to cancel it and go for no window. I opted for window. That's why it is not full screen. Maybe
Okay, okay, sir.
it's okay now.
Yeah, it's okay, sir. It's fine.
Okay, it's so my dear friends. Yes. Data analysis. Now this time a serious set of business interaction starts here with. Madam, I am expecting some questions from the participants.
Yes, sir, definitely we'll have an interactive session in the end.
At the end, it will be at
Yes,
the end.
yes.
That is better. Before that, I need rapt attention to the presentation. It is
Yes,
very,
sir.
very
In
critical.
case if you want to ask any question, they can type in the chat box also, in the middle also.
No, better you manage this. Huh? Collect the
Yes, sir,
questions
sure.
and just throw it, or directly they may be asked.
Haan ji, sir.
Now you just see that primary data analysis, primary data analysis, primary data collections. You know that that can be through interview schedule, through focus group discussion. Very important, especially for fuzzy cognitive mapping or analysis. Focus group discussion. You form a small groups and give them a subject. Why the productivity, or you know that why the disease is so endemic for certain crop in certain areas, certain villages, and you have a focus group discussion. Or why what are the reasons why farmers are not getting adequate return from their agriculture. You form a heterogeneous but a small group and have a discussion. Let them let them mapping and imagining, mind the words, let them mapping and imagining their problem, and then their from quantification is possible. Survey and questionnaires, observation, field note, experiment, etc. So what is happening is that the primary data collecting, data cleaning and processing, my dear friends, is very much important. Data cleaning and processing. Some researchers may think that so far I have under my guidance 30, not 29, 30 submitted their PhD thesis, and another four they are waiting. My common experience goes that I am also associated with other university, 4 5 university, where data cleaning not done properly. That is the problem. Why it is contributing to the errors in the latter part of your analysis. Now, how to just clean your data? Very simple is that your CV, coefficients of variance of your data. In the beginning, if you correct it, then for the later part of analysis, you won't that much of problems. So that is how data cleaning is very much important. And you just see what is the coefficients of variance. If CV value is very high, more than 200%, discard that data because it is not consistent. The distribution of that variable is not consistent, and it is erratic by nature. And of course, the processing, you know that some data normalization can help you and make your data befitting for your normal distribution curve, and you can go for parametric analysis. Data analysis with quantitative analysis and qualitative analysis. And under the aegis of quantitative analysis, you'll find a plethora of analytical tools and techniques. I'll go detail in the later on, but in the descriptive statistics, generally all thesis starts with that kind of thesis. Descriptive statistics, I prefer to use the term visualization of your social ecosystem or visualization of your problem. That is better the term to use. It is not just descriptive, it is a visualization, initial stage. Even don't ignore that it is a very simple math arithmetic, does not mean that it is not that important. Very, very important, because it will characterize your sample composition, their behavior, and their distributive nature. So mean, variance, standard deviation, CV, frequency of distribution, etc. Now, inferential statistics, where you can draw some inference, that is t-test and chi-square test, as you know that, and then correlation analysis. Correlation analysis, very common to all. Correlation is degree of independence, and through correlation analysis, we basically estimate the association between two variables, the movement, association of movements of two variables x and y maybe, and that is how it is expressed in terms of small r. Then regression analysis, here we are just trying to have some degree of independence or association between two variables, but regression analysis is helpful for through beta coefficients, the functionality of the variables, functional contribution of the variable x1 to say, or x20, and what are the functional contribution of different variables on y. And beta coefficients, it will help you to measure what is the functionality. For example, beta coefficient, the value is 0.756. Means if you want to, if you change 1 unit of x, the y unit will change by 0.758 unit. So that is important. It is functionally your entering. Stepwise regression analysis, it will help you to identify and isolate what are the most important variables which are written at the last step. Then logistic regression, you know that here you will find that directly what is the contribution and what is the logistic contribution of some variables. Path analysis, it is very important. It is applied for directional analysis. For example, I am just drawing analogy from soil science. I think some of my friends from soil science background may be there. You apply phosphatic fertilizer, but the root growth is not initiated, is not impacted that way as I expected. What are the reasons? Is the phosphate is directly moving to the root zone? Then you find that the indirect effect of soil pH and moisture level is very much important. If soil pH is low, then phosphate solubilizing bacteria won't be that effective. So mineralization of the phosphate won't be there. That's a no matter what is the quality or amount of the phosphatic fertilizer, that it can generate an impact on the root generations of the plant, that is vis-a-vis yield. And it says from social science, you know that no matter how much training is given, it won't be reflected in the farmer's productive behavior unless market is there to support it, unless that input is being supplied properly. So via all these things, what is the proportion of the impact, and it's called path coefficient del y by del x. Now, canonical correlation analysis, it is very important. My dear friends, those who are not that known, for them also it is important that when you are taking one y versus series of x, then it is multivariate. Generally, it is multivariate analysis. But when you are having number of y variables, more than one, so 5, 6, 7 y variables and array of x variables, then their conjoined interactions, parallel interacting with each other. I'm coming details for this, and that is very much important for strategic, especially for strategic delineation. CCA very much important. Here you are dealing with more than one, I think, group of y variables and group of x variables. In canonical covariate analysis, it is called, this is here, it is called left side variables and right side variables. I mean, coming principal component analysis, PCA, basically it is called data reduction approaches, dimension reduction approaches. You are having 30 variables. These 30 variables, some kind of homogeneity and multicollinearities are there. Apparently you made that 30 are 30 different. My humble summation to all the scholars, especially the scholars, young scholars, the future of the nation. Whenever you are selecting variables or you are guiding your scholars, then keep it in your mind that the variables are mutually exclusive or lot of inclusivity is there. For example, the income is one variable, then net return is another variable, then cost is another variable, then marketable surplus is another variable. But these variables are so interwoven to each other. They are so interdependent to each other. Very difficult to isolate them. In that case, what we do, we are going for principal component analysis. We are trying to reduce the apparent number of the variables into analyzable factor based on factor loading and eigenvectors. Artificial neural network, ANN, artificial neural network is here, and there you will find that 3 layers are there. I'm coming with all kind of delineation. That is very much important. And then you are really interested to know the which variable has got dominant impact on the predicted variables, maybe one or more than one. That is how it is there. And it has got input layers, then output layers. In between there are hidden layers. In hidden layers, when it is passing through, it is a mimicry of human brain. And then when it is passing through that, like synopsis, that is the hidden layer, then error is being minimized. And when error is minimized, then it is coming up and impacting on the Y variables. Cluster analysis, you know that, yes, it is very much important. Cluster analysis is basically clubbing of the respondents. Say 200 respondents you selected, or 300, 500, whatsoever. I'm getting back to my earlier logic, that what the use of or logic of selecting the 200 different variables. Are they different really? Or there are hidden homogeneity, implicit homogeneity. They are not the different. They are so homogeneous. They are representing a common holon, HOLON, or common social ecosystem. They are so homogeneous, it is useless to respond to them or deal with them separately or individually. That's why we need to have a clustering of this entire population. Analytic hierarchy process, AHP, it is popularly known as, is very important, especially in the market analysis or customer choices. When your choices are there and sometimes these are conflicting, we need to rank your choices. For example, you are there to purchase a market. Now, what are the criteria to purchase a market? So one, of course, or the health of your wallet. That is one thing, and the other is that the mileage. We are basically obsessed with mileage. Then the brand value. Then the that what you call your accommodation, interior, look, color. So many things are there, and then you are confused. 7, 8 cars are there waiting for you in a car shop. What, which one to purchase? Like Swayamvar Sabha, you have to select one groom. So that is a Rajkonna to select one groom. So customer to select one car. Everyone has got. They're telling that I am that way. My strength is that, my quality is that, and this. But what is the value, relative value, and then you select it. Another important semi-quantitative data analysis. So quantitative data analysis, these are some selected few. There are at least 31s are there. I don't want to drag you more into the complexity. So quantitative data analysis, you just see, it is t-test or chi-square t-test and inferential analysis, correlation analysis, multiple regression, stepwise regression, logistic regression, path analysis, CCA, principal component analysis, artificial neural network, cluster analysis, analytic hierarchical process. Now, another important semi-quantitative data analysis is the fuzzy cognitive mapping. What is fuzzy cognitive mapping? Cognitive mapping, I can give again. I love to. My students, scholars, if they are tuned to this lecture, they know that I prefer to give, love to give examples that are down to earth. So, what is fuzzy cognitive mapping? When you are exposed to a stimulus or environment, you are responding to, and you are delineating psychologically, delineating, or you are mapping on the features. For example, if you have to recollect that the route from Calcutta airport to BCKB or university or Kolani, then immediately you are recalled to your memory and dropping at the airport, then take a cab. Then there is that what you call your landmark is there. Then you follow Kolani Expressway. Then there is one Santalpada Adivasi Porli is there. Then make an entry into Kolani. Then take the Lake Road or BCKB University. Kind of things are there. So this kind of mapping is already programmed into your mind, and a kind of image analysis. The image is your memory, and you are analyzing it, and you are taking the help of landmarks, and that is fuzzy cognitive mapping. I'm coming, and fuzzy inference system also. That will close to each other, but fuzzy inference systems, fuzzy cognitive mapping helps. What is the contributions of different factors and etc. And after that, we are switching over to scenario analysis. and fuzzy inference system which directly help you to draw the inferences, and analytical part is taken care of machine learning. Now I am coming, another is that qualitative data analysis. What is the qualitative data analysis? That is the thematic analysis. The thematic apperceptiveness, it is called TAT, thematic apperceptive test, thematic analysis, and that you can go for it. Then content analysis, you are having say 5,000 review, and you are just clubbing them based on the topical diversity and topical homogeneity at the same time. And sentiment analysis, you just see some words have got some meaning and emotion and passion. So you are interested to know whether to what extent of 1 to 10 point, to what extent this word expresses your mind, and you can subsequently you can go for quantification. Ethnographic analysis is very common and it is generally used in social sciences. So my dear friend, there are three, I think, basic things of a data analytical approach. One is quantitative data analysis. Second is semi-quantitative data analysis. Third is qualitative data analysis. But these are also overlapping. And today the modern technique is that we go for a blend of quality and quantitative analysis. And thanks to AI and machine learning algorithm and image analysis basically, and image analysis and LLM, large language model. The other occasion, then I'll be there with AI in defining our civilization. So that is how there, how AI is quickly, very quickly helpful in generating your algorithm, but your inputs are simply pictures, and out of the pictures and their image, they are drawing inferences beautifully, and AI is their instrumental. Okay, now I think this is the basic foundation of today's. Now secondary data analysis, already I told you that secondary data cleaning and data analysis, the same is there, quantitative and qualitative data analysis. Here I think I may miss two or three things. One is that classification model. Here earlier I have discussed it. Another important thing is classification model and bibliometric analysis and regression. I'll cover all these things in course of time. Now, come on, examine these things, the statistical tools and the purposes. So I think I generally, my scholars are there. I generally prefer to guide my scholars by providing them all these things. They are coming up with me, and together we sit in a group and we decide what kind of statistical tools will be applicable and why, the logic. This part is missing in most cases. In thesis, we see that these all are there, but the logic behind selecting the very simple single liner can be very good enough. What are the purposes? So one is descriptive statistics tools, and a study to the distribution of the already discussed coefficients of correlation, to study the association between two variables in terms of degree of independence, multiple regression analysis to estimate the functional effect of causal variables on consequent variables, stepwise regression to isolate the dominant variables by following progressive elimination or addition of variables. The two ways that one is backward pathway and the forward way. We can keep on adding and you can see then what is the impact of the variables, or keep on eliminating the variables and see that what amount of explained variance remained. Path analysis to estimate the direction and etc. Canonical correlation analysis to estimate the parallel interaction between two sets of variables based on cross-loading. I'm coming to this point later on. And factor analysis already discussed, artificial neural network analysis, cluster analysis, classification model to classify a new object into known classes. I think cluster analysis and classification model, they are close by, but there are bit of differences. Cluster analysis, you construct the groups or clusters of the respondent, they are not classified already. But classification model, the classify the new object into known classes are there, but I am by Euclidean distance measuring the distance of the known classes and groups. Sorry. Good. By this time, this is the book S.K. Acharya, People and Arnav Banerjee, Research Methodology, Process, Techniques and Application. These kind of 4 books are there under my authorships and our authorships. So don't worry, everything will be there. Now, multi-criteria decision analysis. Multi-criteria decision analysis. MCDA is systematic decision-making methodology used to evaluate and prioritize alternative choices based on multiple open conflicting criteria. And it provides a structured framework for decision makers to weigh various factors, assign relative importance to each criterion, and compare options to arrive at a well-informed and rational decision. Okay, things are there, but how easily I can explain it? From amongst the participants, any participants have gained any idea? I'm expecting a bit of response in between. Multi-criteria decision analysis, MCDA. Please volunteer your responses. I'll be honored. Any learned participants?
I request the participants to kindly answer in the chat box, please.
Right. It's very much important, multi-criteria decision analysis. Uh, don't worry. If you don't know much of the statistic, don't worry. I am extension background and professor of agricultural extension. No problem. Come on. So I'll help you. Multi-criteria decision analysis, guys. That it is that you are having you are asked to produce manufacture. So manufacture no to produce some chocolates and 6 types of chocolates are there, or that you are producing, but ultimately you have to select two brand of chocolates. So 6 brands of chocolates are there, different flavor, different taste, different color, different choices, etc. Now what we are doing, kind of pairwise matching, this versus that versus this versus that. And at the second step, what we are doing, we are just ultimately you have to select 2 chocolates and unique, they will be unique. Then you are measuring what is the distance, between 2 sets of chocolates based on the flavor, based on the based on the flavor, based on the taste, based on the durations, durability in your mouth, buccal durability, all kind of things are there. So that multi-criteria decision analysis means you are having many criteria and multi-criteria decision analysis, but you have to scale down. Different criteria so that you can extract. I think you can take a decision. It has got, one is subjectivity. What are the subject you are going to select? Data requirements, whether there is data, what kind of data you need to have, and simplified models. You have to simplify the models. And this is multi-criteria. Your decision being impacted by different criteria, like purchase of a car. It is, you are being impacted by the brand of the car, by the mileage of the car, by the what do you call the price of the car, look of the car, etc. But if you want to downsize these different dimensions into a single decision, then you have to estimate and measure each of the decisions and their relative weightage. Ultimately, a method to assess, and you compare it, different options, and based on the multiple criteria, ultimately you are selecting two. Here it is two and rejecting the another one. So that is how it is multi-criteria decision analysis. And MCDA in agriculture, multi-criteria decision analysis, what is there? Then crop selection and rotation planning is very much important. Farmers are sometimes confused. And I think the millet experts advocating that you should go for millet, wheat experts advocating them you should go for wheat, and the orchard experts advocating you should go for orchards, fishery experts advocating you should go for fishery, and now farmers is nowhere. He is utterly confused. Now, what should be his decision? What is his mental mapping? What way he is rating his each of these enterprises, and what are the dimensions? For example, for any kind of enterprise, dimension first will be income, second will be that cost, third will be access to technology, fourth will be marketability, and fifth will be climate suitability, etc., etc. Now, based on these things, they are selecting taking the decision. So that is how they are getting some weightage. Then current solution rating it, weighted scores are there, and they are hunting for the alternatives one and alternative two, rating it, and you will find that alternative one is higher rating, that is 31 based on the rating. So he and she will be certainly for the alternative one. For example, if it is between maize and wheat, then he may go for maize, and that is very much important. Rating can be 1 to 5 point, and weightages are there, and that rating, and that will be the weighted scores, and again the rating and weighted score for two alternatives. Ultimately, we will find that that is 31 and 30. Those who are doing the ROI program, the matrix ranking, one way that horizontally there are different item and vertically there are different attributes, and you are just notionally adding up total values, column wise or row wise you can have it, and you can select that this is the best choices. Likewise, you can go for irrigation system selection, pest and disease management, land use planning and allocation, sustainable farming practices and adoption, and agricultural policy development and assessment. Really, there are, I think, what's the decision? Government should go for yield improvement, or that doubling of farmers' income. Well, doubling of farmers' income is there, doubling of income, then cost may be trebled. So again, it is negating the doubling of income. So what's their focus should be? Reduction of the cost, or increase of the income, or incremental effect on income and rationalizing the cost, etc., etc. So that is how it is there, and agricultural policy development may contribute it. Madam, hello, hello.
Hanji, sir.
Are the participants there?
Yes,
How,
sir.
how many participants are there?
So 109 participants are showing here.
They are observing silence. What are the reasons? Okay. I'm expecting some couple of questions. So let me finish it first. Okay.
Yes.
And you send a message to them. Everyone is expected to generate a question or suggestions. But silence is very difficult to read. No statistics is there to estimate silence. Okay. What's your impression, madam? How do you feel? Hello, madam.
Yes, sir. So far, it's very nice. I'm requesting the participants to kindly respond in the chat box itself.
Okay. Let me finish.
Yes, sir.
Else I can complete within time. Your time is 7, I think.
Yes, sir.
Now we just see analytic hierarchy process. Very interesting. You are selecting now what kind of project you should submit, and what are the criteria, and very much important for that agricultural investment decision. And what is the criteria for your agricultural investment decision? In sometimes no, we are not a good competitor for World Bank projects because our project quality is not that good. Even the projects are submitted to ICR or DST, out of 20 projects submitted, only 2-3 are getting clearance, or sometimes it is zero. The reason is that the logic cited there, the approach is followed there, and the kind of analysis being presented in support of your project title and objective, good enough, it is not good enough to earn their attentions. I'm not stating any kind of X factor, etc. In a linear way, this is plain and simple. Now, what is happening is that if you have that agriculture investment decision criterion, one will be, of course, good return, happy return, and second, easy management, criterion 2. Third will be low risk, and fourth will be adaptability, isn't it? And then you know that in this four criteria is there, income or low cost, that low risk and adaptability to climate or say global warming. Then three projects are there. So uh, out of these three projects you offer, you have to select one. Okay, so I have handled array of World Bank projects. I know how important this is, so that is how the World Bank project, JFID, WWF project, and World Bank projects are there latest. Now they are very much particular about the way you are presenting all these things. During presentation, they are very much clear. And mental modeling and fuzzy cognitive mapping is bit complex. And my good friend, my scholar is they are using it. I have guided my scholars, Dr. Arno Banerjee, who is pursuing his postdoctoral fellow at Kanpur IIT, and this is his work. But you know that that is, that the red line and the blue line, what way these are contributing to so many. I think after focus group discussion and after their mental mapping, now these are being in a network being developed, and you will find that what you call your, if you it is very network. If you know what you call your soil testing is done, then it is not readable, at least I can see you that if water management is done better, then the yield will go better. Or if disease pest management go up, then the disease pest infestation will go down. And if you see the in degree and out degree, this is the this is the variable where highest level of in degrees are there. Means most of the factors having a gregarious behavior here. So that is how it is there. And this way you can go for the next one is that artificial intelligence and machine learning. And this is another important thing. After that you can shift for the scenario analysis. I wonder whether it is there.
हेलो
Yes.
सर सॉरी टू इंटरप्ट यू बट आई थिंक ना आपका स्लाइड स्टक हो गया है प्रीवियस स्लाइड पे आप एक बार प्लीज रीशेयर कर देंगे एक बार प्लीज
Oh, अच्छा
हाँ पेज वाली स्लाइड आप सर इसको ना पीपीटी मोड में मत करिए इट्स नॉर्मल में करिए थोड़ा स्टक हो गया थोड़ा ग्लिच हो सकता है माइट बी जूम और समथिंग एल्स
Okay. Can you go refresh? I think we can. I can upload my PPT fresh. That is better.
that really great sir just please can you share your PPT with the participants if you allow
Yes.
Yeah, that's great then. That's fine, sir. ऐसे ही ठीक है, sir. PPT mode में थोड़ा glitch आ जा रहा है. Yeah, it's moving. Great.
Now it's okay. Now it is okay.
Yes, sir.
It's okay, sir. I'm sorry that it is. I
From starting it's moving, but like between, sir, some might be there's a glitch.
Right. Thank you for getting me reminded of it. Now it is okay. Fine.
Thank you.
Now it's okay. Okay. Now it is okay.
Yes, sir. Moving.
You just see that moving.
Changing? Yes, sir. Moving, sir.
Moving.
Okay.
So this is really what is happening is that, my dear friends, you can go for, and after that there will be scenario analysis. For example, that if you change the variety, then here it is the withdrawal of the variety of a certain variety, then the disease pest infestation can reduce. Replacement of the variety can reduce the disease pest infestations. But you are interested to know what is the scenario for the future. What unit of replacement can contribute to what unit of disease pest reduction? That is the scenario analysis is there. So it is very much interesting, and I will help you if you remain tuned to me. Or if you invite me to your university, I'll be there and help you to organize all this kind of analytical part. Now, artificial intelligence and machine learning. I don't want to go detail into it. I have a separate module for AI in agriculture, but I just I am touching it upon. My dear friends, I am an area of lectures have been there here in Kolkata and beyond. So my perception is that no intelligence can be artificial. Uh, it is our brain is operating in an extrapolated ecosystem. So if there is no Shakespeare, if there is no Albert Einstein or Rabindranath Tagore, so now, what to do with this artificial intelligence? So what to do with content analysis of Rabindranath Tagore's, that 26,000 pages of only some letter writing 26,000 pages. So he's a humongous. So that is how human contributions are there, and these contributions are extrapolated to an artificial ecosystem, and wherein the human brain incapacitated, analytical power has been incapacitated, but it is enrooted into the human creativity. So, however, it is used as a as an machine learning or artificial intelligence, and precision agriculture and smart farming application is very much there. For example, drones are there. So now drones are with the sensors are there, and drones are befitted with sensors. Sensors are connected with IoT, Internet of Things. Internet of Things are plugged into the different fields. They are constantly providing data. What is the moisture level? What is the NPK status? What are the that disease-based status, etc. Threshold level, and based on that, the drone is responding. And now the spray of the spray schedules, or the irrigation schedules, or intercultural operation schedules are being decided, and replacing that human labor along with human error. So that is how it is cost reducing and efficiency enhancing. Of course, drifting of human labor will be there, but productivity will go up certainly. Crop yield prediction, that AI, how crop yield predictions will be there. Now, that 2026, we are producing 300, close to 60 million tons of food grains in India. By 2050, we need to have 550 million tons. This is ICR prediction or projections. We are also, but what is the basis? What is the basis of predicting that we need 550 million tons of food grains by 2050, and the population will shoot up to 162 crores? So all these are having that database, history data, previous data being cleaned, then previous data being analyzed. No, not analyzed. It is classified, clean, classified, and it is being thrown into predictive predictions and analysis, simulation and analysis. And so that is how they are predicting that if this be the 50 years or 70 years population data and growth, then it will reach this level, of course. But contextual data is very much important. These are the contextuality. That is the gender ratio is the contextuality. That is the nutrition support is the contextuality. That is that so technology options are the contextuality. This contextuality or contextual data must be there to the basic data, that is that food requirement. So that is how AI is magically doing. My dear friends, I have a humble submission. Agriculture has to come up very first with AI and machine learning. Don't say that our people are not that computer literate. No. This is not should not be an alibi. Every now even rural people have the highest number of smartphones, and the total bikers market is the highest in the rural India. Even shocking data is that middle class and the rural class, rural and urban, world's highest automobile market in India. So we are now changing very fast. We are moving very fast. At the same time, we have to be pragmatic. Don't ignore the traditional knowledge. Don't ignore the sanctity of the data. Don't ignore the purity of the data. If data is impure and faulty, then everything will be smashed, and that will be more dangerous than without AI. AI is a system which incapacitate your thinking and analytical mind, and with the less time and highest precision. But one condition is that data will be the most important input, collection of the data, methodology for data collection is important. All things is there. And you know that another is the irrigation management, automated machineries and robotics, livestock management, you know that is very much important. Even you know that livestock are, you know, befitted with sensors, and you know that what amount of food they need, what is the problem, what is the gut intelligence, and keep captured, being captured, and keep sending constantly. And that is how the animal and livestock management very much important. As you know that I have traveled across I think close to dozen of countries, but my mind that even countries like Vietnam, I have seen that they are advancing very fast, and not to speak of only Italy or Germany or France, etc. Now market analysis and price prediction, very much important, very much important. Why our farmers should suffer every year? That is the story, the agony. I have 130 books already authored. You can find all these things in the Google search, and a couple of books on uncertainty and chaos in Indian farming. When production is the highest, that year farmers are being thrown out of the ambit of the market, no market support or the poor market support. And that's why potato per kilogram is here just slashed down to 1 to 2 rupees here, and it's a distress sale. You just see the situation because there has been no prediction. Why? What's the problem of using all these advanced analytical and methodological tools to predict that yes, 2026 that is going to the potato price, and number of potato growers should be optimized. That number, area or acreage should be kept confined to this area, to this to these limitations. All are free, all are moving randomly, all are moving in a chaotic, just like adding to what you call your entropy disorder. And ultimately our farmers are suffering, our farmers are miserably suffering. Now another important thing, natural language processing. Already I knew that lot of language, the way it is communication, NLP, and it's a subfield of AI that focuses on the interaction between computers and human languages. And large language model LLM is also there. The way we communicate to each other, the way you are using rhetorics, the way we are using local languages, the way we are using non-verbal communications, all can be programmed under AI, and we can extract even the sentiment analysis, the face language, you know that the you know what they call your the passion, your emotion can also be captured and analyzed. And not to speak of my suggestion is that please go through the books of Quantum Minds and Quantum Social Science by Kermikov and Pentland, Social Physics. My scholars are working on it now. Quantum Social Science. I don't know whether any other part Indian university they are doing it. At least I am confident that I am guiding my scholars on Quantum Social Science QSS, following the analogy by or the methodology by Pentland and Kermikov. Random forest, as you know, they're very much important. You just see different trees are there. Forest why? Different decision trees are there, and decision tree 1, 2, 3, 4 decision trees are there, and it is a binary is there. For example, so one decision is that I will go for match. If it is match, then what will be the income? Then one is that very high income or very low income. If income is high, then very high risk or low risk. Kind of if I go for the dragon fruits, what will be the technology option? If this is there, easily accessible or not accessible, or if it is the what is the market, very high market price. This way, it is basically the regression analysis, and you know one kind of thing, the kriging. They are assessing the distance and the proximity of these decision trees, and all these separate trees, 4 trees are clubbed, and you know that final result will be there. It is called random forest model. Now another is that decision support system, DSS. What do you call your? I'm coming here. DSS. What is that? DSS, decision support system. You can find that my one Springer book publication is the DSS. It is 2009. Riti Chatterjee and S.K. Acharya. One chapter is the big chapter is there. So that is for coastal zone. So my dear friends, very simple way I want to say is that the farmers are confusion. Aren't you confused? Yes. Even family will find that whether your son or daughter should go for medical or agriculture or engineering or management or others, lot of confusions are there. So please take help of this DSA decision support system, and that will keep on collecting your data and models of here. Your soil functions are there, and soil function about the precipitation, lot of parameters, temperature, rooting depth, crop, etc., etc. Then models of the soil functions are there, and that will be no assessed equal demanded, means that their importance and criteria there, and it is ultimately it is the mitigation measures will be there, and then you find that yes, the cover crop, tillage, irrigation as a result is coming. So my dear friends, what is happening is that our farmers are overloaded with information, overloaded with technology, and overloaded with market uncertainties. So that is the situation right now. Really, sometimes I am thinking that yes, we are having a very brilliant and belligerent development and achievement in agriculture. At the same time, we have to face a lot of challenges. Application of DSS in agriculture, crop planning, pest disease management, irrigation management, etc., etc. Artificial neural network, already you know that these are called input layer, these are what you call your hidden layer, and these are the output layers, and it is the impact is coming in measure through this line of influences. And hidden layer, what is there? Some biases being added, +1 to -1, and one value being added here. It is called bias to reduce the error. And after the errors are being managed, then the genuine impacts, dominant impacts are coming out. But in case of regression analysis or path analysis, multi-collinearity effect cannot be totally reduced. But in neural network, you can substantially reduce the multi-collinearity effect. That is how the effect is there. And convolutional neural network, it's a parallel set of neural networks are there, and they are a very complex kind of network is there, and you can use it. A convolutional neural network, crop disease detection, weed detection, crop, and your input images are there, and after that low level of features are there, then mid level of features are coming, and high resolutions and semantic features are there, and all these things after that it is being projected into the neural network, and you are classifier, you are getting it. Feature extraction is one of the important part of convolutional neural network, and all apps are available, programs are available. I hope that your university authorities and administration will keep focusing more on this analytical tool, and it is a multidisciplinary lab will be there, keep on analyzing, and you need good experts can help you, and your progress in the research will be there. Data encapsulation, it is called DES, DES. My scholar who got that fellowship now in USA, another scholar was there in Ohio and Cornell, they are there. So that is how they all followed this data encapsulation in conservation agriculture thesis. DS means now sometimes one example is that for Sneha Bera's thesis, he was working on farm energy metabolism, and 121 farmers respondent vis-a-vis selected. But ultimately, we found that after dimension reduction, real respondent were only 30. 33 variables were there, 131 farmers were there. You multiply the dimension. When it is reduced, ultimately, we found that only 13 identifiable unique respondents were there. That is how it is so amazing. And now sensitivity analysis, already I told you that here, sensitivity analysis is a crucial component of decision-making process that involves systematically assessing how changes in the input parameters or assumption impact on outcomes of the decision models. Here you will find that expected value and probability. Maximize expected utility, we say that this is the point of interception. So go by car or go by plane, here is the common point. Both you can be benefited. No one is superior, no one is inferior. Here you will find that. How can you give an example? So if you say that go by plane from Kolkata to Delhi, or Rajdhani Express from Kolkata to Delhi, or Howrah Rajdhani Express. If you say that, considering cost, considering time, etc., etc. If you have time available, why should you give more money after traveling after accessing a flight? You go by Rajdhani Express, because one day later, then your program will be organized. Enjoy train travels, and Rajdhani Express means a lot of foodies will be there at the same time. But when time is less, then you find that yes, then I can travel by flight and save some time and spend it for after works and others. All these, that kind of movement, and they are intercepted on a common point of interception. And then here you current probability value 0.30 and decision change sensitivity 96%. You just see enter things are there. So sensitivity analysis is very much important, and is so agile and concept of system thinking, fuzzy cognitive mapping. Already I discussed. Yes, you'll find here. Yes, you see that we reduced the corridor breakage. This is what you call your man-elephant conflict, and this paper being published in Springer, Arno Banerjee and myself. So crop damages can be reduced, and if you that food security can be enhanced, income can be enhanced, then you have to reduce elephant attack can be reduced here. So if these are the all positive, +1 to -1, my dear friends, these are all +1 to -1 in between. But you just see from this previous slide we can find that yes, this is there. From this, these are the all the blue lines and red lines, the negative interactions and positive interactions, and we can just move here. The scenario analysis. If you want to electrical fencing, then what is the increase? The increase will be the what is the electrical fencing, and habitat loss. If the habitat loss can be reduced, then elephant population will be increased. Why the depredation elephant is there? The main reason is that the core forest is being depleted of their food or grasses, etc., etc. So that is being destroyed. That's why the problem is there. So, my dear friends, I don't think this is really so many scenario analysis are there. It is different aspects are being there, and here you will find that for this crop management and etc. Now, my dear friends, I think it is 7:05 and 102 participants. Oh my God, I'm really so happy. Come on, and I want to have a response. I was a bit, faster, but I think 1 hour is there. I have to respect time. I am just any rejoinder or any communications or any suggestions or any invitations, any kind of criticism, tough, rough, harsh criticism. I am teacher. I am ready to accept all these things, and I will be. I want to refresh my learning. Most welcome, please. Couple of minutes only, just. Madam, please organize it.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Thank you very much for this wonderful session, sir. Now I request the participants for the doubt clearing session. If you guys have any doubt, you can kindly type in the chat box.
Any chat box? 10 new messages. I can find it. What are the messages?
Yes, sir, I've already texted in the group.
Okay. I'll be ready with your doubt queries. I already have given it.
I request all those who are present here kindly type in the chat box. Sir will be
Or they can
addressing your
come
query.
verbally. Verbally, they can come. I want to hear their voices also.
Okay, sir.
I see Sudhir is there. Sudhir. Mr. Sudhir. So many participants are there. Dr. Sonu Kumari. Dr. Sonu Kumari.
So as I can see in the chat box, people are saying this session was very effective, and I think they don't have any doubt. You have explained everything pretty much clear.
Mm. Oh, okay.
Yes, sir.
Any one single question from yourself? How do you feel that? How do you feel that that will help in your project analysis, data analysis, setting your agenda?
So far I have never relayed the agriculture with data analysis so far. So it was a new session for me too.
It is not only for agriculture. You can apply it any kind of management, especially
Yes, sir. Yes,
or
sir. But I'm
ecology.
saying, as I'm an agriculture graduate, so from that point of view, I'm saying.
Oh.
So as I can see in the chat box, people are saying terminologies were new. So maybe they'll take few more sessions to understand that. But
Okay.
so far, the session was very
Any
wonderful and very
wonderful.
useful for us.
Right. Any special terminology is he or she mentioning?
I request Megha Yadav kindly mention any particular terminology you're saying. I request Ms. Megha kindly respond in the chat. Can you elaborate it a little bit more? So actually, they are saying in the quantitative analysis part, they are a bit confused, I think.
Quantitative analysis.
Hanji, sir.
I have placed, I think, 13 quantity, 13, 14 quantity analysis.
Yes,
Particularly,
sir. Actually, in the start, that slides got stuck. So I think because of that only. If possible, can you please share the PPT with us? We'll share with the participants.
okay. I'll share it with you. I'll
Okay.
share it.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much for this wonderful session, sir. Your insightful and valuable words will help us to win the future, and also for the gracious sparing your time with us today. Thank you very much, sir.
I'm thanking all the participants and organizer and for inviting me to share my experience with the learned participants.
Thank you very much, sir.
Especially thanking you that on this topic. It is very much essential also. Thank you. Thank you. Stay tuned to me.
Now, looking forward, it is a great pleasure to welcome our esteemed speaker, Dr. Gurpreet Singh Sachdev. We are honored to have with us today the highly accomplished veterinary professional with over 23 years of rich experience in the poultry, veterinary, and research sector. Dr. Singh completed his BVSc and AH from GB Pant University of Agriculture and Technology in 2001 and went on to earn his Masters of Veterinary Sciences and gold medalist in veterinary pharmacology and toxicology from Indian Veterinary Research Institute in 2003. Currently, Dr. Singh is serving as a Deputy Director in the Department of Animal Husbandry and Dairying, Uttarakhand, and is actively working in Haridwar. In this role, Dr. Singh is leading the planning and implementation of several important livestock development programs such as NADCP, NDLM, NLM, SLM, and RKVY, contributing significantly to disease control, dairy infrastructure, and farmer welfare. In addition to his administrative excellence, Dr. Singh is also a project developer, bridging the gap between the farmers and financial institutions by designing the Sustainable Livestock Project. Dr. Singh is also associated with the National Institute of Agricultural Extension Management as the National Facilitator and Master Trainer in Natural Farming, where Dr. Singh has empowered numerous farmers and extension workers with the knowledge of sustainable and chemical-free agricultural practices. Dr. Singh's dedication, expertise, and passion for improving animal husbandry and dairy in India truly make him an inspiring personality. Now, without taking much time, I warmly welcome Sir and request you to kindly share your valuable insight with us. So, the virtual dice is yours now.
Thank you, Dipti Raj, for inviting me as a lecturer in today's session. And am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Okay. So thank you for my giving the brief introduction, and I welcome all the participants in today's session of the topic assigned to me is livestock, the common livestock diseases that we are going to encounter in our day-to-day field conditions, and how to prevent or how to manage those conditions. So without wasting any moment, I'm just sharing the screen. Is it visible?
No, sir, it's not visible now.
One second. Now it is visible?
Yes, sir, it's visible now. Can you make it to the full screen?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, sir, now it's fine.
Okay. So, as the topic which is assigned to me is the common livestock diseases and their management. As you might be knowing, that why livestock health matters to us. India is an agricultural country where livestock is an very essential commodity in our day-to-day life. So, why the livestock health matters? Because of economic impact. The livestock diseases cost India billions in lost milk, meat, and productivity every year. Uh, on an average, 2.4 to 2.8 billions has been lost annually in milk, meat, and productivity, and egg. As you might be knowing, that the India is the leading producer of milk worldwide, and the per capita consumption of milk, as per the current data, is 485 grams. And as far as the meat is concerned, it is 7.5 kg, and regarding the egg is 106 eggs annually. So this is the economic impact, that India is losing billions and billions of rupees just because of livestock diseases. And why it is important? The farmer's livelihood. Over 70% of rural families depend on livestock for income and nutrition. Food security. This is the most important aspect in this, because we nurture livestock just to for the food, for milk, meat, and eggs, as you might be knowing. So the key field facts are, because the diseases spread fast, a sick animal can infect the whole herd within days. Means if an animal is sick in the herd, it can infect the whole herd, just because it transmits the disease from one animal to another through contamination, through aerosol route, that I will tell you in subsequent slides. So the early detection and treatment of the diseases will save the animal also, and your money. And the vaccination or the hygiene is the best and the cheapest protection, because, as you all know, that prevention is better than cure. So uh, vaccination is the most important aspect. to save the life of an animal and to generate income. And the last line, it is some diseases like brucellosis or anthrax. You might be knowing the zoonosis. What is zoonosis? Zoonosis is the transmission of the disease from from animals to humans and vice versa. So there are many diseases which can be transmitted from livestock to humans. So we have to take necessary precautions so that the disease cannot get transmitted. So this is the classification. I have just outlined the majorly classification. I'm not going into much detail because as the target audience is some faculty members, as मेरे को जो बताया गया था, so I'm just touching the so that some gist can be there in your mind how we can prevent the diseases occur. So majorly livestock diseases can be classified into 5 aspects. First is metazoan or the parasitic. In metazoan, it is the first and foremost is the most important thing is the worms and the external parasites. You might be knowing that we have to, as often we give albendazole to our kids, to us also, to get rid of the worms. And we always eat cooked food, but in case of animals and the livestock, they are often encountered with lots and lots of worms like surround worm, tapeworms, liver flukes, and the external parasites like ticks, lice, mites, flies. So this is the one classification. The other classification is protozoal. In protozoal, there are different kinds of diseases and different protozoas are there like Babesia, Theileria, Trypanosoma. There are numerous protozoas, but I am covering only the main protozoa that is that often causes diseases in the livestock. The third classification is bacterial, which is caused by bacteria. In this, anthrax, black quarter, mastitis, brucellosis, hemorrhagic septicemia. There are many bacterial diseases. The fourth classification is viral, which is caused by viruses. In this, the most important disease is foot and mouth disease, FMD. The second disease is PPR, which is Pestis des Pettis ruminants, which often in small ruminants it causes disease like in goat and sheep. And the fifth classification is reproductive, which is again a very important classification. So in this, we'll cover the repeat breeding, estrus, abortion. So these are majorly the 5 classification of the livestock diseases. Now, covering it one by one. So livestock like cattle, buffalo, sheep, goat, pig, they are often encountered with lots and lots of worms because they would eat food like the green fodder, and during the monsoon season when the fodder is a bit humid or moisture is there, so in that tiny droplets these eggs are there, and when they'll eat, the life cycle of the parasite will start in their body and they will cause the disease. So worms live inside the stomach, intestine, and lungs of the animals. It is common in all the livestock, especially in young animals and during rainy season. So what are the signs that you will see? The most obvious signs that you'll see, and you can easily judge that a particular livestock is suffering from internal parasite, is animal becomes thin even when eating well. Animal will eat well. She will ruminate. She'll give milk, but gradually it will get she will get emaciated. She will becomes thin day by day, and their belly becomes swollen, especially in the young ones. They'll produce diarrhea or the loose dung, sometimes with blood. Their gums become pale. Their body coat is rough, and animal looks weak and tired. And in cases of lungworms, which affect mainly the lung part, there is coughing and the respiratory distress is there. Nasal discharge is there, which is very common in sheep and goats. So these are the main cardinal signs that anyone can judge that a particular animal is suffering from one or the other form of worms. So the thumb rule is that whenever you see a particular livestock with these signs, then you'll just keep in mind that we have to deworm the animal every 3 months. Means 4 times in a year. This is the thumb rule whenever you have to deworm the animal. And the most common medicines which we will give is albendazole at 7.5 mg per kg body weight, or fenbendazole at the same dose rate, or closental. There are innumerable drugs in the market, but the most common is albendazole, fenbendazole, closental, rifaxitinib, niclosamide. There are many drugs, but these are the common drugs which we can give. And for that, you have to contact the veterinarian, the local doctor over there. And if you have to give on your own, then you have to calculate the dose rate. As I have mentioned, the albendazole dose rate is 7.5 mg per kg body weight. So, for a thumb rule, for an animal with a 300 kg body weight, you have to give 3 gram albendazole. So there is one more. If in any pregnant animal, you have to in the first trimester of pregnancy, we don't administer albendazole, as it can causes the placental barrier and it cause harm. So in that condition, we'll give the fenbendazole, which is the safest drug and which can kill all the worms, almost all the worms. The other drug is ivermectin, which is the most commonest drug. This can be given in the form of orally or in the injectable. It will come up. Ivermectin is the drug which can eliminate the internal parasites as well as the external parasites like ticks, mites, lice. So it is a very good drug to be given, and we have to administer if a herd is there. Suppose if a livestock herd of 50 or 100 animals or 10 animals is there, so we have to keep in this in mind that we have to give the drug, administer the drug at once. We don't and you have to keep the record also that we have given the drug in this particular date, so that that can be repeated after 3 months. So record keeping is very, very essential. So the prevention is deworm every 3 to 4 months. Deworm pregnant animals 2 weeks before delivery. That is must, because if you do this, that then the drug will pass through the placental barrier and will give and the fetus will also get the drug, and he or she get safe in that. And avoid overstocking. Don't graze too many animals in one place, and keep shed clean and dry. Remove dung daily. These are some of the preventive measures that we have to adopt to get rid of worm infestation, internal parasites. So you are seeing a particular animal. I have mentioned the few signs. You can see this particular animal is weak. The rib cage is obvious, and the nasal discharge is also there. So we can easily judge that this animal needs immediate drug to get rid of this particular problem. The major disease which we often encountered in the livestock is liver fluke infection or the fasciolosis. It is also known as bottle jaw condition. Bottle jaw means, I'll show you a picture. See, in this particular animal, there's a submandibular edema. This fluid accumulation is there in the submandibular region. So this is a obvious sign of animal suffering from liver fluke infection. So it attacks the liver, and this particular disease is very, very common in the waterlogging areas where the waterlogging is there. So the signs are swelling under the jaw, sudden weight loss, and yellow tinge on the gums or eyes, means gums or eyes, like yellow tinge is there, like jaundice. So how to treat, how to prevent? We can administer triclabendazole or oxyclosanide. These two drugs are very effective in eliminating liver fluke infection. Avoid grazing near marshy or the waterlogged fields. We have to avoid grazing near these conditions because this liver fluke cycle, the snail is there. The snail often is the host of liver fluke. So in this waterlogged conditions, the various kinds of snails are found. So we have to avoid grazing the livestock near these fields. Now come to ectoparasites. So 4 types of ectoparasites are there, which often encountered in the livestock: ticks, lice, mites, and flies. So I'll show the picture. See, this cow is suffering from lots and lots of ticks. So what are the signs? Animal scratches constantly, bites its own skin. Some ticks can be seen through naked eyes, but lice or mites can be seen microscopically. So what are the signs? The hair loss, skin wounds, or scabs are there. Uh, um, Tick clusters are visible, especially around the ears or groin area, and they'll feed these ticks or lice. They'll feed on the blood of the animal, which eventually drops the milk production. Animal loses weight. So this is a very important aspect. So how to treat or prevent? Firstly, in this we have to before these are the different drugs which we can administer in case of ectoparasitic infection. But prior to that, where you are keeping that animal, that particular shed is you have to spray lime in all the shed. If any cracks or crevices, because they lay eggs on these cracks and crevices, so we have to fill those cracks or crevices, and we have to spray tuna or the lime all over the shed. And if on the animal, we can spray or pour on with cypermethrin. These are the drugs: cypermethrin, deltamethrin. These cypermethrin or deltamethrin, you might be knowing, you are also using in agriculture, in your agriculture also. So same drug is there. And ivermectin, as I previously said, that this particular drug works in eliminating these external parasites also. And we have to clean the shed weekly. We have to burn old bedding. So old bedding, we have to burn it completely to kill all the tick eggs. And we have to repeat the spray every 2 to 3 weeks during peak season. So for these ectoparasites also, we have to administer this Poron. I've just mentioned this Poron. This is the latest methodology that we are using it. In this and in particular Poron, we'll use this hypermethrin or the deltamethrin or the propoxur also. From starting from neck till tail. We have to we'll drop by drop we'll pour on the spinal cord, and the drug will administer on whole over the body, and it will kill all the external parasites within half an hour. But we have to repeat the spray as some of the eggs get remain. So after 21 days, that egg will become adult. So we have to repeat this spray so that uh, every egg, every parasite should get eliminated. The next, the protozoal diseases which are there. The most commonest protozoal diseases, babesiosis and thalidomide, which is also known as tick fever. Why it is known as tick fever? Because this protozoa get transmits through the ticks. So see, ticks alone can cause so much harm to the animal, but if Babesia protozoa is there in their saliva, so they can, you just think they can do so much harm. How it is spread? It attacks the red blood cells and causes anemia. What are the signs if of babesiosis? In this, high-grade fever occur in the livestock, which ranges from 105 to 107 degree Fahrenheit. Animal starts panting, it stops eating, and the commonly babesiosis is also known as the red water disease, because in this babesiosis, animal voids red or the coffee colored urine always. So we can easily judge that if a particular animal, I'll show the photograph. In this, you can easily see that this particular cow is eliminating the avoiding red or coffee colored urine. But now this red or urine also comes in one more problem, which is known as pica. Pica is the problem. It is the metabolic problem in which phosphorus deficiency is there in the animal, and in that phosphorus deficiency also, we can the animal passes coffee color urine. So we have to differentiate. We have to make differential diagnosis in that, because in that pica, the temperature don't go as in case of babesiosis. It is going 105 to 107. So the normal livestock temperature is ranges from 101 to 101.5 degree. So in that pica, which is hypophosphatemia, in that the temperature don't go up. But obvious red water disease is also there. And the next signs are pale or yellow gums, because the animal gets anemic. So the pale or yellow gums are there, rapid breathing, milk stops suddenly, animal looks dull. And we can confirm this babesia on the basis of laboratory findings. We can collect the blood of the animal and send to the lab, and then we'll get the confirmatory diagnosis that particular animal is suffering from babesiosis. So in veterinary science, now the many drugs are there, but the most commonest drug that will give in case of babesiosis is diamidazine aceturate, which is commonly known as Baronil in the field conditions. Diamidazine aceturate. This is the only drug which is being widely used everywhere. The second drug is imidocarb dipropionate for severe cases. And we have to make supportive cares also, like iron injections or the B complex vitamins. And last but not the least, we have to control the ticks, as I earlier said, to prevent spread to the other animals. The next disease is thalidomide. It also spread through the ticks. Same attacks it attacks the white blood cells, and in babesiosis it attacks the red blood cells. Theileriosis it attacks the white blood cells, and which makes the animal immunocompromised. What are the obvious signs of theileriosis? High grade fever is there, and in this case, the lymph nodes are swollen. This is the main pathognomic sign in theileriosis, that we can easily judge that particular animal is suffering from this disease. As I'll show you in this pic, the arrow sign is there. This is the prefemoral lymph node. There is one prescapular lymph node is also there. So there are lots, and supramammary lymph node is also there. There are many lymph nodes which doctor can see and easily judge that particular livestock is suffering from theileriosis. So swollen lymph nodes, lumps on the neck and shoulder. Then there is watery eyes and nose. Animal starts shivering. There is diarrhea with blood. And this is a very fatal disease. It can kill animals if within 1 to 2 weeks if got untreated. So same methodology we can apply. We can send the blood to the laboratory for the confirmation. And the treatment is, there is drug is buparvacone, which is commonly known as Butalex. It is a drug of choice for theileriosis. But we have to start the treatment very early. Don't have to wait. And the tick control is the best prevention. And we have to, the vaccination is not done in India as of now. It is done in other countries, so in the exotic breeds. But very shortly, the vaccine will be there in India also, wherein we can vaccinate the animals against these deadly diseases. Now comes the most common diseases, disease, which is trypanosomiasis, is also known as SRRA, or the wasting disease. In different parts of India, it is known by different diseases, but the commonly it is known as SRRA. It is also a protozoal disease. It is caused by the Trypanosoma evansi. And how it is spread? It is spread by the tabanet flies or the horse flies and biting insects. Those flies or the insects can sit on the animal, and through saliva they can inject this particular protozoa. And it affects cattle, buffalo, horses, camels also, and dogs. What the signs you will see in this particular disease? In this, there is one biphasic fever. Biphasic fever means the temperature drops in the morning, and means the normal temperature is 101 degree, and the temperature will drop like to 98 or 97 in the morning, and in the evening it shoots up to 103, 104 degree or 105 degree also. So this is the biphasic temperature you can see in this particular disease. The progressive weight loss, despite normal eating, animal becomes very weak, cannot work for. It is intermittent fevers, as I'm saying. The biphasic fever comes and goes, low and down, low and high. Then there are swelling of legs, edematous swelling in the lower belly area, discharge, nasolacrimal discharge is there, anemia, and this particular disease progresses slowly, and animal eventually dies if got untreated. And there is one more symptom which occurs in this disease, and we can easily differentiate from others. I have not mentioned here, but I'm telling you, it is the neuromuscular signs are there in this particular disease. The nervous signs are there. Animal will become, it will hit her head in the wall, and there is some circling movement. So like fits, like the epilepsy, these neuromuscular incoordination is there in this particular disease, because this trypanosoma evans can cross the brain barrier and causes the nervous signs. See, this is a photograph of a typical arched back. You can see the spinal cord is arched back spinal cord. But the confirmed diagnosis is through lab also, lab only, but you can see the neuromuscular signs are the main signs which we can differentiate that this is animal is suffering from Sarra disease. How to treat and prevent this disease? The the commonest drug is Baranil and the quinaparamine sulfate or meloxamine. This is the case we will give in the horses. Or the Baranil is the most common drug which we can give to prevent this disease. And isometamedium drug is also there. I haven't mentioned here. That drug is also there, which we are giving nowadays. And how to prevent this disease? We have to control the biting flies with the insecticidal sprays, or we have to remove stagnant water near sheds. So these are all the preventive measures that we have to adopt so that this disease couldn't occur. Now come some deadly bacterial diseases which we have often encountered in the field conditions. The one is anthrax. It is the most deadly and the fatal disease. It is caused by Bacillus anthracis spores. This is one of the bacteria which the spores is found in the soil, and this particular spores can infect humans also. So what are the signs? If a particular animal is suffered from this disease, there is sudden death. Means animal was fine the evening before. Now we are seeing the animal, it is fine, not encountered any disease. In the morning, there is sudden death. So how to diagnose this disease? The blood comes out from the nose, from the natural orifices, from the nose, mouth, or other body openings, which is non-clotting. The blood cannot clot. So we can easily judge that blood comes out from the nose, mouth, and it is non-clotting blood. So we can easily judge that this particular animal died from anthrax. And we don't have to go for the post-mortem examination of the anthrax because it is a very deadly disease. It can infect humans also. So if any case of anthrax is found in the field condition, we have to don't have to cut the carcass, or we don't have to undergo post-mortem exam. We have to bury the animal as a whole because it can spread the spores. So there's a separate protocol to discontaminate or to bury this carcass, the dead body. And how to if we can judge this disease, so how to treat with the penicillin injection or the oxytetracycline is the drug of choice in anthrax, but if caught very early, this disease cannot give us time to treat. And there is annual vaccination with this anthrax spore vaccine. It is a government program. We can vaccinate this vaccination program. And we can burn or the bury dead animal deep 6 feet, pour bleaching powder over that, as I said earlier. And the other disease is black quarter. Black quarter. It is caused by Clostridium shawai. It is another bacteria. It affects mostly cattle and buffalo, ranging from 6 months to 3 years of age. What are the signs of a black quarter? I'll show you the picture first. See, this animal is suffering from black quarter. See the hump in the upper area. This is the most obvious sign, and it is a sudden high fever is also there. and hot painful swelling on the shoulder, thigh, or back. So this is a back area. See the lump over there. It is a hot painful swelling. When you touch particular hump, the animal starts crying. So, and often the crackling sound is there when you will press shoulder, thigh, or back. And the swelling turns cold and gaseous within hours. And this is also a deadly disease. If not treated early, the death occurred within 12 to 36 hours. How to prevent? How to treat? We have to give high doses of penicillin injection. We have to start the treatment very early. And to prevent this disease, we have to vaccinate every 6 months with the VQ vaccine. Indian Immunologicals company is manufacturing this vaccine. So the most easy way to get rid of this disease is vaccination. Now comes the most important enemy of the livestock, which is the mastitis or the udder infection, inflammation of the udder. It is known as mastitis. It is also known as the milk producer's enemy. It is the main enemy of a farm. It is caused by almost every microorganism, be it be bacteria or viruses, be it be mycoplasmal or the fungal. It is caused by numerous microorganisms, but the most common is through bacteria. What are the bacteria? Staphylococcus, Streptococcus, E. coli, Salmonella. There are these are one of the commonest bacteria which can cause mastitis. What the farmer sees, we can easily judge an animal that animal is suffering from mastitis. The first sign is the inflammation of the udder, as you can see here. This is a pendulous udder. The swelling is there. If you can touch the udder will shows hot and tight. It's very hard and painful also. So, and if the milk looks watery, the milk either the milk looks watery or the yellowish, or it's lots and lots of blood clots or the chunks in that, or milk drops suddenly. The animal will not give any milk. The udder quarter is hot, hard, red, and painful to touch. Animal kicks when you try to milk. How this infection occurred? This mastitis often encountered when after parturition, after calving, because the milk production is very high in that period, and the chances of getting infected are very high. So we have to be very cautious during this period that animal don't go in mastitis, because the milk production is stopped, or the farmer income will also get stopped. So there are many kinds of mastitis. First is the subclinical mastitis. The subclinical mastitis, it is not showing any clinical sign. So we have to see on daily basis if that animal is suffering from subclinical mastitis. In this, the milk looks normal. The milk will looks normal in every aspect, but the SCC means somatic cell count. So somatic cell count is very high. How we can check that somatic cell? We can use the California mastitis test, strip test. This is that test. This is the CMT test. Almost each and every dairy farmer is having these CMT test in their herd, in their farm. So we can check. We can there are drop the milk of every quarter in these 4 cups, and we have to after that we have to add reagent. There's an anionic detergent is there. which comes, or we can make in our home also, or it is readily available in the market. So adding few drops of anionic detergent to it, and then we can shake, and then a gel or precipitate is formed. So if a gel is formed, that we can easily judge that that animal is suffering from subclinical mastitis, and accordingly we can start the treatment. And the last one is the pH paper. When you can see the normal, it is a slightly neutral milk pH is there, slightly acidic. So if that pH paper turns to green or purple, we can easily judge that it is the milk is becoming alkaline, or the bacterial load is there. Oh, so we can easily start the treatment. And there are numerous drugs which we can use depending upon the type of mastitis, whether it is bacterial or viral or mycoplasmal or fungal. So we can give through intramuscular route, we can give through intravenous or intramammary, so that we can check the mastitis from each and every corner. So cloxacillin or amoxicillin intramammary tubes, we can use systemic antibiotics. There are different antibiotics which we can use: penicillin, streptomycin, oxytetracycline, cephalosporins. There are many antibiotics which we can use, and the anti-inflammatory drugs, because we have to reduce the inflammation also. If blood is coming from the milk, so we have to give hemostatic injections also to check the blood also. And the prevention is very important, because this mastitis can drain uh, uh, the money. Huge amount of losses will be there when this particular disease occur in the livestock. So prevention is very important. And I often tell farmers to keep potassium permanganate at their home. Potassium permanganate KMNO4 is very easily available in the medical stores. I usually say that after each milking, before and after milking, you have to take a pinch of KMNO4 in the water. The water turns pink, and you have to wash the teats and the udder, and you have to wash your hands also, so that because the milker also become the host to produce this disease. So we have to wash our hands with that KMNO4. And almost I've seen that where, the people who are using it on regular basis in that particular farm or the herd, the mastitis is the cases of mastitis are very less. So we have to wash teats with antiseptic before and after milking. We have to make this CMT test monthly, this California mastitis test. We have to go for the pH paper test. So these are the easy methodologies by which we can check the mastitis at an early stage, and we can treat it. Now comes the silent threat, which is a zoonotic disease. It is known as brucellosis. So this is again a very important disease in the livestock, and there is no treatment of this disease. If this disease will occur, then mind it, you have to uh, uh, cull those animals who are suffering from brucellosis, and the farm gets finished. So what it causes abortion. In the last trimester of pregnancy, the animal gets abort. And what are the signs? I'll just check it out. The abortion in the last 3 months of pregnancy, it is the most common sign in this brucellosis. Then there is retained placenta after calving. The either the abortion is there, or if the kid is born, then the placenta will remain inside. Retention of placenta is there. Then weak or stillborn offspring. I'll show you a figure. Here you can see is the abortion is there, the placenta removal is there. It is this particular fetus is of 8 months of pregnancy. So abortion is there. We have to check it out whether how abortion occurred, and we it is a zoonotic disease, so we have to take care of ourselves also. In male animals, it causes swollen testicles. Orchitis is developed in the male animals. And so female keeps failing to get pregnant. There is repeat breeding problem. And of course, reduced milk production is there. Why the human is at risk? Because it can cause infection. My senior was there at Pantnagar, and he suffered from this particular disease. And the whole the hand, the skin infection is there. There while removing the placenta, he haven't used the gloves, so you can easily imagine the condition. So we have to wear gloves while handling the aborted material, because sometimes it is covering it is brucella infected also. And do not drink raw milk from the brucella positive animal. uh, uh, we can easily check brucellosis through laboratory findings through ELISA testing or the PCR testing in the lab. We can send the blood sample and we can easily check. And the treatment and the control, till date, no effective treatment. We have to focus on its control and elimination. And what are the key control measures? We have there is one program. I'm the nodal officer of this NADCP program, which is the National Animal Disease Control Program. And in this, brucellosis is also covered. Three diseases are covered in NADCP. One is FMD, the other one is PPR, and the third one is brucellosis. So the government focuses that by the end of 2027, we'll eradicate we'll eradicate these all three diseases. So we are doing extensive vaccination programs. So vaccinate heifers 4 to 8 months. Female heifers we have to vaccinate with S19 vaccine. This is the Brucella abortus strain 19. This is the only control measure to control this disease. We vaccinate female heifers from 4 to 8 months. So this is the only remedy to control this disease. The other disease is foot and mouth disease. In Hindi, it is known as Khurpaka and Mupaka. So it is the most feared viral disease. So it is caused by a contagious virus, Phthis virus, which is spread through the air-water contact, and it affects cattle, buffalo, sheep, goat, pig, means all the ruminants it can affect. What the farmer sees in this, as the name suggests, it affects the foot and the mouth. So I'll show you the pic first. You just see an animal, the tongue is the skin sloughing is there from the tongue, and in the foot you can see the infection. So these are the obvious signs that we can easily judge that a particular animal is suffering from FMD. So animal salivates heavily because as the vesicles are there, so animal salivates heavily, ropes of saliva from the mouth, blisters or ulcer on the tongues, gums, lips. Animal won't eat. Blister between the toes or the hooves. Animal limps badly. The high grade fever ranging from 105, 106 degree. Milk drops drastically up to 80%. And there is a blisters on the teeth. These are some of the signs which we can easily judge that FMD disease is there. And in case of young calves and the piglets, they actually this FMD disease is not fatal. They won't cause any sort of mortality. But in the young calves and the piglets, they die suddenly just because of myocarditis. Myocarditis is the inflammation of the heart. It causes swelling in the muscles of the heart, thereby causing the cardiac arrest immediately. What is the treatment and the prevention of this disease? So, if FMD, we have to segregate that animal from the herd. If uh, we have seen a particular animal, a single animal is suffering from FMD, while other animals are not. So we have to keep this in mind that we have to segregate that animal from others so that this disease cannot pass from one animal to other. And we have to wash the mouth lesions with dilute alum or the borax solution. We have to apply antiseptic to the foot lesions. We have to apply antibiotics to prevent the secondary infection because we cannot check the virus. So we have to give antibiotics to check the secondary bacterial infection. And we have to provide the soft feed like the soaked bran or the green grass so that he or she can chew that particular uh, grass, uh, soft grass. And the prevention is we have to vaccinate every 6 months. Because biannual vaccination program is there with FMD polyvalent vaccine. Currently, we nationwide FMD CP program is running. 45 days program is there. It started from 2nd of April and it ends on 16th of May. So we are currently doing this FMD CP program. And so we have to vaccinate each and every animal. So animal below 3 months of age, that we will not vaccinate because here the vaccine comes directly from the milk of our mother. So this is the only method by which we can prevent this FMD. And we have to quarantine sick animals immediately. We have to isolate from herd, as I said earlier. And we have to disinfect the shed also with sodium hydroxide 4% or the citric acid. The other disease which causes havoc in the goat and sheep in the small ruminants is it PPR, Peste des Petits Ruminants. It is the most deadly viral disease of goats and sheep. So, what are the signs which we can see in the PPR? Of course, there is high-grade fever. Animal looks very depressed. Eyes were very watery or sticky. Nose discharges thick yellow mucus. In the nasal discharge, there is thick yellow mucus, which we can see. I'll show you the pic first. You see, in the very first pic, the thick nasal discharge coming out from the nose. And there is swelling in the neck area. And in the tongue also, you can see. So these are the signs which we can identify this disease. So ulcer inside mouth, as we can, because this is caused by the same virus which causes FMD. It is somewhat different, but it also causes ulcers inside mouth. The skin got sloughed off. Animal drools, refuses to eat. There is the and the main important symptom is there is diarrhea, severe diarrhea, which is foul smelling, watery. So, and there is breathing difficulty. There are pneumonia-like signs, coughing, respiratory distress, panting, and if not treated in the proper manner, the death can occur in 5 to 10 days. And yeah, young animals, of course, they are most affected as they are immunocompromised. So, how to treat, how to prevent? So, we are for the treatment, we have to segregate that animal from the herd first. We have to give antibiotics or the vitamin C, B complex injections, oral rehydration solution to prevent the dehydration as the severe diarrhea is there. And and we have to clean the eyes, nose with warm water. Antiseptic drops will apply, and this disease also prevented through NADCP program, which is PPR through PPR vaccine, and it gives the 3 years immunity per dose. So it is the free PPR vaccine under National Animal Disease Control Program. Vaccinate all goats and sheep every 3 years. Then there come some reproductive problems in livestock, like the repeat breeding or the estrus. Estrus means the animal which can't come in heat in estrus. So I'll cover it one by one. One is repeat breeding. What is repeat breeding? If an animal shows heat regularly, the cycle of the of a livestock, if I'll cover cattle or buffalo, so in that every 21 days, the estrus cycle, the estrus come in in a cow or a buffalo. So animal shows heat regularly. If we'll go for the insemination, it fails to conceive despite 3+ services. Means after every 21 days, if animal is showing regularly heat, it is showing the normal discharge, it is clear discharge, but it fails to conceive. So we can consider that animal as repeat breeder. And what are the common causes? The first cause is poor heat detection. This is the mating done at a wrong time. Means we have to keep this in mind that after coming in the estrus, we have to inseminate a particular animal after 12 to 14 hours of estrus. This is a thumb rule. After 12 to 14 hours of estrus. So if we go for the insemination before that or after that, so it is known as poor heat detection, and the animal will get repeat. Means there is no problem in the animal, but we are detecting it at the wrong time. The second common causes will be low quality semen. So that there's also a very common cause, because if the because we are in the cryo can, that semen is transported. So if while thawing or while making a particular shot of semen, we cannot follow the protocol or the SOP. So again, that animal will not get conceived. So we have to take semen from the certified labs and through a certified artificial inseminator. The third one is uterine infection or the endometritis. In this, the whenever the animal comes in the heat, so the discharge which becomes either white or the yellow discharge is there, and there is a foul smelling also. So we can easily judge that this animal is suffering from some kind of uterine infection. So accordingly, we have to treat, so that we have to check this repeat breeding. The fourth one is the nutritional deficiency. It is again a very important cause in repeat breeding. If an animal is weak, is not taking the proper nutrition, so then also it is it is in negative energy balance. So then also repeat breeding will occur. And the fifth is silent ovulation. In this, we cannot judge when the ovulation will occur, or some kind of ovarian cyst is there. So this is again one of the cause of the repeat breeding. How to manage this? We have to perform artificial insemination in the second half of heat. It means 12 to 18 hours after start. So in the mid, if uh, almost 90% animals will come in midnight in the heat. So if we'll see in the morning while milking, we'll see some discharge is there. So we'll judge that 3 to 4 hours prior to that animal comes in heat, and we'll calculate that after the 12 to 18 hours, average you can take 14 or 15 hours. you can inseminate. Majority of the animal will get conceived if you'll go in this time duration. If any uterine infection is there, then we have to give the uterine drugs like the oxytetracycline or cephalosporin group, depending upon the discharge coming from the vagina. And if some hormonal problem is there, we have to check it, and we have to give like gonadotropin releasing hormone, because we have to see that everything is right and ovulation is on there. So if ova will not come, then also the problem is there. So for that we have to inject GnRH injections to help in ovulation. And nutritional, we have to provide vitamin E, minerals, means selenium, zinc, manganese. Almost mineral mixture is also important in the livestock. I often recommend the farmers to give mineral mixture 365 days in a year, because uh, my macro or the micro minerals are not coming through the feed. So we have to additionally provide the minerals also. The other is anestrus or the silent heat. In this, animal doesn't show heat signs at all. Farmer misses the heat cycle. In this, animal do not show any sign of bellowing, any kind of discharge. It's not showing any kind of heat sign. Because what are the heat signs? The first is animal will mount on the other animal. The other is animal will bellow. It will produce a peculiar sound. The third one is discharge, and the fourth one, whenever we put a hand on her back, the animal will not get move. So these are the heat signs by which we can able to that this particular community it is in estrus or not. So what are the common causes of anestrus? Undernutrition, a low body condition score. In post calving, animals take 2 to 3 months to cycle again. After post calving, farmer to generate more income starts artificial insemination in the very 1 month. But that should be discouraged, because 100 days waiting period should be there. On thumb rule is that we have to inseminate after 3 months, because the to get uterus relaxed. Then there is ovarian inactivity. In this, no follicular development is there. And the other environmental causes are stress, disease, or extreme weather, where we can see anestrus signs are. And how to manage this silent heat? We have to improve the body condition. We have to increase the bypass fat. We have to give green fodder to maintain the body into positive energy balance. We have to treat it through hormones. There is one Ovisinch protocol. I will show you. Yeah, this is Ovisinch protocol. If an animal is not coming in the estrus, so we have to follow this protocol also. If the body condition score is good, if the nutrition is good, so hormonal deficiency is there, that we have to follow this protocol. In this protocol, uh, the day which we are seeing the animal, so that will be considered as day 0. In this, the hormone is there, GnRH. It is commonly known as Receptal in field conditions. So we'll administer GnRH on day 0. Then on day 7, prostaglandin F2 alpha, PGF2 alpha will give, that will utilize. I'll not going into much detail because many terminology you might not be knowing. So on day 7, we'll administer PGF2 alpha. Then on day 9, again GnRH, and on day time of insemination, this is the standard Ovisinch protocol, and this is the double Ovisinch protocol with second PGF2 alpha, which will give on day 8. The rest thing remains the same. So we always follow this Ovisinch protocol if we able to diagnose that some hormonal issues there. And the animal get conceived. Out of 10 cases, some 8 cases will get conceived through this Ovisinch protocol. And this protocol we always follow in larger herds to get the synchronization of the heat, so that round the year the livestock, the farmer gets milk from the animal. This is the male effect. Expose cows to a bull for 30 minutes per day to stimulate heat. This is also one of the managemental condition of anestrus. Then there are supplements like vitamin or selenium. So these are all the managemental conditions by which we can check these reproductive problems. Abortion in the livestock. What are the causes and the management? So abortion, it's a common term, which is the loss of pregnancy before full term. So major economic losses which requires immediate action and investigation. One, I have already told you, brucellosis is the most common abortion in the last trimester. Then one is leptospirosis. It also causes late abortion, weak calves, listeriosis. It also causes abortion, but sporadic basis. Then some toxic plants are there, like the lantana plant is there. If animal eats lantana plant, then it causes abortion. Then some kind of trauma or stress, or some kind of accident, nutritional, viral. So these are various causes of abortion. And what should the farmer do? Isolate the animal immediately from the herd if it is diagnosed that this particular animal is showing abortion. We have to wear gloves all the time. Do not touch the aborted material with bare hands. We have to collect the aborted fetus in a plastic bag for lab testing. We have to disinfect the area, and we have to call the vet immediately for the early diagnosis. And vaccination is, in the case of brucella, we have to vaccinate through S19 strain. And we have to quarantine the new animals. Whenever you are mixing an animal in the herd, we have to quarantine it for at least 3 weeks, so that any problem is there should not be transferred to the other animal. So this is the chart I made for you for the vaccination and preventive calendar. See that these are the diseases: FMD, PPR, anthrax, black quarter, brucellosis. So this is the summary I'll show to you. These are the vaccine. If you want, then I'll share the slides with you. I'll share it to the organizer. So these are the vaccine, the species, frequency, and the program which are running currently through center or the state. Biosecurity and the general prevention at the farm level. So we have to quarantine the new animals, as I already said. We have to keep new animals separate for 3 to 4 weeks before mixing with the herd, because many diseases enter farms this way. So we have to quarantine, because almost each and every disease incubation period is of 21 days. So if we'll separate animals for 3 to 4 weeks, if we'll see any obvious signs occurring, so we'll not introduce that animal into the herd. In that way, we can easily get rid of the disease, and we can save our farm. The second is the clean and disinfect daily. We have to remove the dung and urine every day. We have to clear the waterlogged condition. We have to wash the shed with phenyl, bleach, or lime once a week. And we have to keep the livestock bedding dry all the time. We have to clean water and feed. Provide fresh cleaning water daily. Don't use ponds where other sick animals drink. We have to, record keeping is must. We have to note down every vaccination, every artificial insemination, every treatment. We have to record. Record keeping is very must to maintain a healthy farm. And we have to prevent the visitor entry also, because for a good farm, it is always I always encourage that don't let outsiders enter animal sheds without disinfecting the footwear. And the early vet consultation. If animal stops eating or show fever, we don't have to wait. we have to call the doctor immediately so that that can be treated at an early stage. So these are the take-home messages. I'm coming to the end of the session. So these are the vaccine. First is vaccinate on time. We have to tell FMD every 6 months, PPR every 3 years, black water anthrax every year. Vaccines are available in the market also, and the government running programs. We have to deworm every 3 months. It is very cheap and very effective. We have to control the ticks. We have to call the doctor early. We have to keep the shed clean. And the last is brucellosis is zoonotic. If any brucella infection sets up in the farm, we have to eradicate, we have to segregate, we have to cull that animal. There is no other treatment available. So thank you for your attention. Thank you. Hello. Am I
Thank you
audible?
so much, sir.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
So the house is open for discussion. If any query is there, hope I'm able to communicate because I have touched the major livestock common diseases. There are other diseases also which I haven't covered, but these are the common diseases which I have covered. So, if any question pertaining to all these diseases is there, the house is open for discussion. Thank you. Dr. Sukhpreet, he has raised the hand. If no questions are there, then I may end this session.
जी सर. Yes, sir.
Hello. Only 57 participants are there. Okay.
Sir, we are getting message in the chat box like the appreciation thing.
Okay.
And
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. I'll
the chat
see.
is open and participants are like they are appreciating your lecture. Your
Thank you.
yeah. So if someone has any query, they can like ask sir directly in the chat box.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. So thank you so much. If any problem arises into any of the participant after that, you can just write down my number, note down my number, and you can call to me anytime. I'll be there to help. Thank you. Just so thank you. Thank you once again.
Thank you,
Uh,
sir, for the wonderful session of yours today, and thank you for giving us your time.
Thank you.
So now I also warmly welcome and thank each one of you who joined us today for this learning, collaborating, and innovation of today's session. May future 2026 faculty upgradation and training, upskilling for researchers and education sow the seeds of knowledge, nurture the spirits of entrepreneurship, and harvest the fruits of sustainable growth for generation to come. Now, looking forward, respected dignitaries, esteemed faculty, and dear participants, on behalf of organizing committee, I extend my heartful gratitude to all those who made us today for the future 2026 a resounding success. We are deeply thankful to our visionary leaders and guest speakers for sharing these wisdoms and inspiring towards academic excellence. Special appearance goes to the faculty and researchers who embraces this journey of upscaling innovation with such enthusiasm. We acknowledge the tireless effort of our organizing team, partners, and collaborators whose dedication brought this program to life. Finally, I thank each one of the participants for their active engagement, ensuring that spirit of the learning and collaboration continues to this event. Together, we move forward towards a brighter, more sustainable future in education and research. Once again, thanks to you all for being a part of this future 2026. And thank you for your patience, trust, and precious times for giving us today. Once again, thank you, everyone. You may now leave the meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.